YIBAMBE! Happy Thursday evening from the Giant Ninja. Today I want to spoil Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. So let me start off with saying the movie, it's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie. It's not a shit movie either. It's not fucking She-Hulk stupid. It's got a lot of great actors with a lot of great acting. Angela Bassett's performance is, I'll say this, is arguably the best performance in any MCU movie. She was phenomenal and powerful. Man, Lupita's just a pleasure to see. She's she's got to be one of the most beautiful women in the world. Her character's a complete badass, and her Spanish is awesome. The movie starts off with Shuri trying to save T'Challa. Of course, she doesn't. By the way, T'Challa's not really in the movie. He's in memories from some of the cast. And those memories are from Black Panther. But there's no CGI version where he comes out and saves the day or anything like that, right? So T'Challa's not in the movie. The movie feels a little bit longer than it is. I mean, the movie's 2.5 hours long, but it feels even longer. There's a lot of dramatic and emotional moments in the movie, and there's a lot of good acting in this movie, but there's also a lot of stupid shit in this movie that at some points you're like, what the fuck? So there's nothing dumber than the Ironheart character. And I'm not talking about the actors, man. I'm talking about the character. It does absolutely nothing for the movie, and it absolutely does nothing for that character. Speaking of which, whoever designed the CGI suit for Ironheart, do something else. I mean, we went from Iron Man to a fucking Power Ranger, but not even a fucking Power Ranger. More like the Happy Meal toy version you get. I mean, it's bad. It doesn't work. It looks fucking stupid. So that was fucking dumb. I don't know much about Namor. I honestly don't. From what I thought in the comics, he is like the Marvel version of Aquaman. So he's from Atlantis or something similar to that. In this movie, not so much. So in this movie, he's from like a Mayan descent, right? But he ends up just looking like a big fucking Mexican. I mean, like, literally, all the dude needs is a fucking Cowboys jersey and a 6-pack of Bud Light. He looks like my fucking Uncle Hector. With fucking wings in his feet. I don't know. He's not a villain, but he's a villain. He's strong, but he's not strong. It's his character is kind of dumb, and like his tribe, like his warriors, obviously they fight the Wakandans. We've seen it in the preview, so not much of a spoiler there. But what I'll say is, if you ever watched the last Star Wars movie, and you remember the tribal or indigenous people on the space horses running around the top of a fucking Star Destroyer beating it up, yeah, I mean, the Wakandans are like so far ahead in technology, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And to mention, like, the Ironheart character that starts fighting with them at the end, like, it's a long shot from the Iron Man suit. The Iron Man suit would fucking annihilate that whole fucking tribe by himself, and this character's just dumb. It does nothing for the movie, and it does nothing for the character. So that's kind of stupid as well, too. I think my biggest gripe with this movie is that Black Panther is only in it for about 20, maybe 25 minutes, maybe 15 to 25 minutes, something along the lines, like very little. Very little. And yes, Killmonger is in this movie. However, he's not in the way that we wanted him to be in the movie. So yeah, Killmonger is not the new Black Panther. It's Shuri, which we all kind of thought going into it that it was going to be her. And it's just not convincing. It's not convincing, you know. It's the ending, the fight scene towards the end of the movie. It lasted like 3 minutes. Very anticlimactic, I could say. It's just like, well, okay. We waited the whole movie to see Black Panther for like 20 minutes, and yeah, that fighting sucks. I did mention there's a lot of emotional scenes in this movie, very powerful. Whether you're a Black Panther fan or you're just a fucking human being, and you know, you feel the loss, right? The ending is good. The post-credit or mid-credit scene is even better. There's no post-credit scene. There's only one, and it's pretty good, and it hits home, and it puts a smile on your face at the same time. So I won't spoil that for you, I guess. Go and watch it. Go watch this movie. I think my biggest gripe is that the movie should have just been called Wakanda Forever. You know, it should have just been called Wakanda Forever, because Black Panther is not really in this movie, and the actors playing the Wakandans, it's what keeps you engaged. They're what keep you engaged, because there's a couple of good action scenes, but far between them, right? But it comes down to the acting by the people who are playing the Wakandans, and it brings the movie to life, and it keeps you entertained, and yeah, so I would say go watch this movie. It's maybe a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think it's better than Thor. Thor had a lot of action and a lot of comedy. I don't think it's better than the Multiverse of Madness either. It's not She-Hulk trash, but it's not phenomenal like the first Black Panther movie. But go watch it. It's a very powerful movie, I think, and it hits home at the end of the day. You know, so